Okay, cool. James Maduke speaking, trainingsites.io. I got an interesting one for you today, and it's all about creating graphics for your online course, or basically your content that you're probably creating with AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude. Now, what am I talking about? If you've been creating content, one of the things that happens is you go and you basically use ChatGPT and you get all of this great textual information, and you can organize that content, put it into a course, put it into any kind of learning material that you want that's usually text-based, and you go, man, this looks boring. Or how do I create some graphics from this that I can put right into the course, or more importantly, have as handouts, things like that. And today I'm going to show you 3 tools that make that really, really easy, and actually can do it in an instant. And the last one I'm going to show you is actually a bit of a surprise. So what are these tools about? What they are is the ability for you to take either the text that you've already created in ChatGPT and create a graphic in an instant. And I'm not talking about using some of the tools that you might have heard of, like Midjourney, I think, and DALL-E. There's a couple other ones. We have to kind of prompt it to make a picture. I'm talking about taking the content that you just created with ChatGPT, pasting it in, or copying a file, putting it in, and you're going to be in a position where you're going to be able to have a great graphic that makes sense, that you can put into your content, not only to spice it up, but to make it visually appealing, but also for people to remember more and be able to teach better, or be able to have them recall some of the things that you have with some visual pieces as well. So here's the first one for you. And again, I'll put the links below to these ones. This one is called napkin.ai, and I kind of think of this as just exactly how it comes across is you're scribbling on the napkin, you're at the coffee shop, you're at the restaurant, you come up with a great idea, and you go, man, this would be really cool to kind of play around with and expand on. And you don't write text on a napkin, you usually have a picture so that you can remember it and put it into perspective. So here's napkin.ai. We'll just go through it, and actually we'll sign up for an account and I'll show you how this works. So this one is Napkin turns your text into visuals, so sharing your ideas can be quick and effective. And what it actually does, which is nice here, is that you can upload some content. Could be a Google Doc or a Word doc, some kind of information maybe that you copied from ChatGPT or generated using some of the prompts that you know for ChatGPT, but you'll actually upload it and it will do exactly what you're seeing on the screen here, turn it into a visual based on the content that you've put in, and allowing it to do something that makes it sense for what it is that you're doing in your course. And you can see there's flow charts, mind maps, graphics, all sorts of materials that are available to you. So it's free right now, and all you need to do is start by pasting your text. So you paste it in, and what it's going to happen is near the text, you're going to see that there's a special little bar that shows up here, and that allows you to generate a particular prompt. And you can, of course, clean it up with some icons and decorators, that kind of thing, but then you have a graphic that you can now download. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to open this one here. We'll download it for free. And welcome, sign in with Google. Let's try this. I haven't signed in with this one. The one thing is, when I'm doing this right now, it's absolutely free during the beta. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as we go through this. And I want to continue. I'm using my Google account. It's going to sign me in. We'll save that one. Save that in one password. What are you planning to use? How are you planning? For work, for personal, educational, student? I'm going to say for work, but you could put whatever is appropriate there for you. So I put for work, next. And I guess it's just building out a profile of me so that it can probably help with the tools and stuff that I have. How big is my company? It's absolutely huge. No, it's not absolutely huge. So we're under 10 people. So we'll do that. Kind of work do you do? Design, sales, customers. Let's do content creation. See what happens with that one. Presentations, social media. So teaching materials. Let's do that one. Wonder if we can do multiple ones. Let's try it. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. You can pick a couple ones. There we go. So I picked some there. Thanks, James. We got the high 5 there, or the high 10 done. create my first napkin, paste my content in, or generate text. So this one's already got something built in. I'm assuming maybe that you've copied some content. And what I did previously is from your notes, docs, slides, and emails, paste your content or summarize with a visual here. So let's actually do this one. I'm going to open up another document that I had. Let's do this one. This is a document that I had open. I'm just going to go and see if there's something in here that I want that we can use. Let me try another one here. This is one that I did on some prompts, on different styles of prompts, conversational prompts. And I did some examples, so I'm just going to copy that. And let's paste it in. And again, I don't know what's going to happen here, but we'll paste it in. There we go. Hey, kind of cool. So if you see what's happened, we've just put our content into, pasted it in. And what it's done is you can see there's a little blue bar here. So it's taken the pieces that we have pasted in and it's giving us the opportunity to basically build some graphics with that. So let's see what happens. It's figuring stuff out, working in the background. Hey, there we go. So what it's done is, sorry, I just had a blue bar here. I clicked the bar, a little spark. It took this bit of text that was here. And now what it's done is it's actually created a graphic for me. So you can see there's a couple of different ones. And this is pretty cool because if you take a look at it, I was using text prompt, voice interaction, and multimodal. That was the AI interaction. So you can see it's given me some different versions of the same one. And I can pick some of these in terms of different styles of graphics that I want to use. So this is kind of cool. Just imagine if you're creating a course, you're creating how-to content. One of the things that might be kind of frustrating is you're going, I got this text, people aren't going to recognize it or they can't get context around it. Here's a way to easily and quickly do this. Very, very cool. Flowcharts. And again, some of the text isn't necessarily perfect, but in this case, let's see what we can come up with. The first one here. Yeah, so I used an example of as a cooking tutorial. So we could go and pick up some styles here, and it actually allows us to change the styles on how it works. So this one's really, really cool. I like this one. We can also change the graphics or icons that are there. So that one's really, really neat. I like that one. Okay, that's one I think that anyone can use as they're playing around here. And again, this is in beta right now. That one's called napkin.ai. So if you are playing around and you are thinking about how can I create some really cool graphics, I'd go sign up for that one and play around with it. Now, the interesting thing, of course, here is when you're thinking about it, I didn't have to go get a designer. I didn't have to wait. It's stuff I can tweak quickly, and it's always in context to what I'm actually doing. So very, very cool. Let's try this one now. And I'm going to close this. And why didn't you pick any? I'm not going to answer that one yet. And let's do another one just so I can show. I wasn't showing the screen here when I was doing this. So you'll notice the blue bar here. This is what I was talking about. In here, we'll try this one. See each main section of text that comes up. And all you do is hit the little spark button. And this is when it creates the graphic. So go around and play that one. Obviously, the content that you put in is the one that actually determines the graphic and, more importantly, how complex it is and how you want to do it. The whole idea here is to get some kind of image to complement what it is that you've used in generating some ChatGPT, just material that's there. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one I want to show you, this one is text-to-infographic.com. And this one is pretty inexpensive. They get you a free account if you want to play around with it at the start. And text-to-infographic.com is the URL. And you can sign up for 2 free credits. We'll do that now. And the way that this particular one works is it creates infographics. And infographics are really powerful in your courses or the content that you're creating because they allow you to condense a lot of text into a single or simple image. And more importantly, it gives you the ability to allow that image or that content to be taken outside of the course or where it was consumed. Think of it as a mental cheat sheet, not a cheat sheet checklist, but just a way visually to represent a bunch of text on a single page. And they have some samples that are there available. And the one thing that I always kind of think about here is that we had to create infographics at the start. When I started creating courses, the infographics were all about, you know, having to design something in Photoshop or some of these things. And then some tools came along. Then Canva came along with a lot of templates, allowing you to kind of pick and edit templates. This is kind of the next step where it's actually creating the infographic based on the text that we've put it in. So let's go open up an account, see what happens. And it gives me an error, which isn't good because I've already, I think, started or tried to do this. So let's just refresh the page and see if I can get this one to work. Oh, this one has $50 off right now. I think it's $70 just to look at it. Blogged infographic, topic research, citations, logos, and updates. So let's go back. And again, I'll make sure the links of these ones are below. Let's sign up and see if I can get there. Sign in with Google. We'll sign up again. This is the first time I've opened this account. I've just seen a couple of bit of information on it. We're going to save this and we'll just save it there. So, making friends in a new city. Let's try that one. Or let's do creating my first online course. So there's some options. There's a topic there. If you have a blog post, I guess it can probably go out and take a look at the URL, or you're going to upload a file and you want it to be in English. So let's try this one and see what it generates for me. And we'll put this one together. And there we go, brainstorming ideas for the infographic. So again, if I had taken that file, which we probably could have done, uploaded it and see what it created, it would give us a single page infographic. So think about that. You can generate a graphic that comes for the inside the text, and then you also have the ability to create an actual infographic either for the entire lesson or the entire course. And we've got searching web for relevant information. So unlike Claude, for example, which doesn't have access to the internet, ChatGPT does, and it looks like this tool does as well. So it's going to search in the background. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And I want to kind of go over one of the things that you don't realize when something does something, and it does, and when you find out, you go, man, I should have known earlier. I've talked about a couple other tools. One of them is called Beautiful.ai, which has the ability to create really good looking slides for us. That one's kind of cool, but I didn't know that the other thing that happens is, and this is the little secret that I had, Canva can also create automatic presentations in just seconds. And I'm going to show you how to do this in a particular second. So let's see what this came up with. Is it my favorite? No, but we'll go play around with this one. Okay, it's created a little bit of an infographic. I've used one, steps to creating, benefits, the growth, and it's got set there. And we can change the different styles of it. It looks like in the bottom here. So if we want to change the style, and I believe we can go and edit it and play around with it. So got some interesting looks. Again, may not be the one that you want to see, but it does at least get you started and allows you to edit the design. So there's a better look at it right there, so we can play around with it and have simple infographics to get started. And that one is texttoinfographic.com. And again, there's a lifetime availability on this one. Also does look on the right-hand side. One of the things I just want you to notice, the content is here to edit. The other thing that they did have is the option to change the colors. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, when we go back, it includes the sources here. So it's gone through and it's taken a look, and it's always this basically based on the sources. If we had uploaded a file, that would have been a completely different presentation. So this is one that it's gone out to look at. We could have pasted or updated a file, which would have been kind of cool there. So here's the next one I want to show you, and this is one that I ran into. I've tried it once again this morning before I did the presentation here. I'm going to try it again, see if it works the way that I want it to work. Now, what I do have set up right now is I do have, and I'll open it up right now, I do have the paid version of ChatGPT, which I'll drag over so that we can see it. And in ChatGPT, I'll open this one up here. And this is how this particular one works. So what I want to do is I'm going to use a custom GPT, which is, again, I have the paid version. And these are, think of them as plugins or extensions that have a specific set of instructions in them. So we don't have to figure out the prompts, right? And one of the ones that I didn't know was available, but I did just find out is, let me make sure I can do one here. Up at the top, see where it says ChatGPT 4 here? And it's got the current one on there, but there's also one there called Canva that I started using. And the way that I found it is I just went to Explore GPTs here, and I just did a quick search for Canva. And make that sure that, and let's go and do a search here. So I did a search for Canva. There's a whole bunch that come up. The one that I want you to make sure that you do is the one that's from Canva. So if you might have to wait a couple minutes until it comes up there, but just understand it's there, and it's one that's built by Canva. And let me just see if it does come up for you so that you see it. May take a little while. There's a lot of these. This extension has been used quite a bit. And because I've already got it, I'm going to stop. But just make sure it's the one from Canva. Don't use any of the other ones unless you want to. I haven't tried them. I don't know what they do, so just get the Canva one. And there it is right there. There's the blue Canva icon. And what do they got? 3 million times this particular extension has been used. So let's close this up. And this is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to pick my Canva thing here. And what do I want to do? I've got Canva that's there. Let's see what happens. And we'll say, so I'm just saying I want to create a presentation on how to create my first online course. And let's see what happens. It's thinking, let's get started. What key points or actions would you want in this presentation? How to outline the course, to create content, and okay, there we go. Here it is. So what it's done, it's asked me to go through a couple of the pieces that I want to have happen in the presentation and then see what's happened here. It says some of the information will be sent to the ChatGPT plugin, canva.com. Do this at sites that you trust. So now it's going to say, I generate some options for the presentation now. So I'm going to allow it and watch what happens. It's actually going to go and open the website that I have, and it's going to actually go and create some templates for me. So it's created a number of templates, and hopefully you can scroll down. It's got dark blue illustration, 3D one, how to save energy presentation, green. It's got a whole bunch of these ones and a couple different variations. So there they are. So we've now got presentations that are created for us and ones that we can go right from the start. Now, of course, remember that you're still going to have to make sure that you tell ChatGPT what you want it to do, even the Canva one. You want to make sure that you tell it what you want it to do. You want to make sure that you give it lots of context that it understands. So you're going to be really detailed here, and also the responses that you want ChatGPT to create, or the Canva extension or plugin to actually go and create the presentation for you. So let's just open this one up. I'm going to click Use Design, and let's see what happens with this one. Holy mackerel, we've now got a course. And this is done with the presentation, and it doesn't look like the one that I wanted. So here's the interesting part. Go and play around with this. It's come up with this, but the one that I did earlier and the one I wanted to show you was this one. And it actually created a course with the content that I wanted. And let's go back. I'm actually going to try that one again. Let's see what I prompted differently on that one. So I'm going to go to Canva. We'll go to ChatGPT and open it up and see what I did differently on this one. So the previous one that I did earlier today was this one. And it said, focus on. So this one, click on the template to start customizing. Okay, this one, I don't know what happened here. This one I created, I'll find out about this one. You can go play around with it, obviously, yourself. What I did is I just clicked this, it came up, and it actually created the entire presentation, and it even has the content that was created. So play around with that, see what happens for you. Again, this is just something I ran into today, but it is a real simple way to create not only a presentation using Canva, more importantly, it allows you to create graphics to supplement all the text that you're creating for your online courses or the course content that you're putting into your membership site or your training site. So three key tools. I'll show the links in the bottom so that you can use them. Play around with them, have some fun, and just understand that the course content and content that's engaging to people, that explains stuff, if you can have visuals, infographics, and have presentations that are straightforward and to the point, I think you're going to be much better off making your customers happy, your students happy, but more importantly, getting them to know and understand what it is that you're trying to share with them, and preferably to be able to get the outcome that they want. If you want any help with this stuff, or you want to create a membership site or training site, make sure to visit the link below, trainingsites.io. I'd love to help you out. We do all this stuff for you, unlimited tasks when it comes to training and membership sites. We've got a great service there. And if you just want to take some additional courses, we have some there as well in the library. My name is James Maduke. Like and subscribe to the channel, of course. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe later today, with some great information about how you can start, build, and grow your education business. Take care. Expect the best.